So that'll take us to item number 1, public comment. Sheila, has anyone signed up for public comment?
Yes, Chairman, we have 2 people that have signed up for public comment. Let me go ahead and bring up both people, Joe Gimenez and Jeff Walker. And is it the standard 3 minutes each?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Gentlemen, please come on up. You can grab a seat anyway. Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Gimenez, you'll go first.
Good morning. I am Joe Gimenez, former volunteer board president of the Windermere Oaks Water Supply Corporation for 4 years from March 2019 until April 2023. In hearing on October 24th, Commissioner Haltman said, Mr. Walker, you can understand why our staff and the commission prior would put in an order that did not really have faith in your fiduciary duties. That was not you, but your prior board. So let's compare. From 2019 through 2023, the prior Windermere board qualified for $650,000 in low-interest loans, purchased and installed zebra mussel infiltration systems, a 125,000-gallon storage tank, and a propane generator. Through conservation projects, the prior board reduced water intake, saving $15,000 in yearly processing court costs. The board was also successful legally for defensive protection of the corporation and 8 then current and former volunteer directors who were innocent of wild lawfare against them, claiming they were conducting organized criminal activity. Texas law requires nonprofit corporations to financially protect volunteers from lawsuits unless criminal activity is finally adjudicated. It was not ever. In the prior board's one offensive litigation, the prior board won a $678,000 judgment against the company that denied D&O payments for 4 years. Now, let's compare that record with the PUC order and the 50788 rate case. My 3 years of testimony in 50788 is on record on the PUC interchange. In March 2023, Windermere's expert witness and its board treasurer told staff their proposed rates would make Windermere insolvent within 10 to 12 months. In their PFD, Judges Wiseman and Ciano saw through staff and ratepayer misrepresentations and mischaracterizations about company and board operations. They adjusted part of the rate slightly, but mostly left them with the board. Now, this is an important comparison of the PUC to the prior board. In January, the commission reversed Judges Ciano and Wiseman. They overturned precedent applications of law regarding financial integrity of water companies. The commission implemented staff's insolvent rates. After only 6 months of implementation of staff and commission rates, we heard Windermere board members testify in October that the company is near insolvency, has no plans or means for a clarifier, and can't pay for legal representation to the PUC. They are focused instead on just keeping water flowing, and that's what they said. So, Ms. Haltman, please understand, I don't have faith in the commission or staff's performance of fiduciary duty to citizens of the state of Texas. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir.
Jeff Walker, current board member at Windermere Oaks. Mine is to talk about the abandonment that is moving forward. Let me just tell you, the temp team is engaged, no problems there. What really concerns me and the rest of the community, or the people who work within the Windermere Oaks, is the narrative. This is just not right to call it abandonment. As Chairman Gleason pointed out in his memo, this is affecting the men and women who provide operation services to the Windermere Oaks Water Supply Corporation. These people have not abandoned their jobs, their services, and such. We continue to provide clean water and process our wastewater. The operator has not abandoned, neither is our billing clerk, neither is our legal team, neither is any of the board members. And to put that narrative out in the press, boy, that just didn't go over well within the community, and a lot of the press releases, took hold of that. So I just wanted to get that on record, that something needs to change when you get into a situation like Windermere where we have not abandoned the water system. Yeah, we do have problems, as Mr. Gimenez just pointed out, as far as possibly, some rate issues that I know the temporary team is working on. Just to give you an example, last month in November, we lost $15,000 on the corporate books. We had 16.5% of our members, that's over about 55 members, who contributed zero to the bottom line because refunds are greater than the base rate. They used zero water, and the corporation is in the water business. When you have somebody who contributes $0 to the bottom line, but you still have to maintain a plant, that affects your bottom line. The next group of people, another 16% of them, almost 69 members, contributed only about $2,500 to operations. You combine those two together, 1/3 of the membership contributed $2,500 to the bottom line for operations. You just can't sustain, no corporation can sustain that, because I have to maintain operations of trying to sell water and servicing 300 members. That's one of our problems. I think Mr. Gimenez also pointed that out. I know that the temporary team is working and it is engaged, but that's where it's going to come down to, is we just don't have the revenue to sustain our operations and continue with this. But the temporary team will get back to you guys in 60 days. That's all I had. Thank you. Or within 30 days, whatever the working is.
Thank you,
So,
gentlemen,
thank you.
for being here this morning.
Thank you.
Item start.
All right, thank you, Judge Denmark, Chairman, Commissioners. Thank you again for your time today. After the last 2.5 hours, I think we can all see that Windermere cannot manage its own affairs. It has thumbed its nose at this commission and at its own members. It has repeatedly and habitually ignored the commission, and its board has made its disdain for the commission clear. It has ignored its customers, disregarding their experience and their desire to see the WSC succeed. It can't adhere to its own tariff. It can't adhere to its own bylaws. It could not present a coherent rate design. It's under investigation by the IRS. It hasn't made plans to update its infrastructure. There are leaks. There are boil water notices. Their equipment is obsolete. The potential health hazards are very real. Almost every time I open a Windermere document or spreadsheet, I see another error, another inconsistency. One of the commission's ALJs grew so tired of Windermere's non-compliance that he asked staff to file a recommendation on what to do. And here we are. I genuinely do not see any option besides a temporary manager. Forcing Windermere to pay administrative penalties only hurts the ratepayers. And while having a temporary manager isn't free, it at least comes with the benefit of helping Windermere get its affairs in order. But right now, it's time for Windermere to see the consequences of its actions and its inactions. This commission cannot allow any utility, big or small, to ignore its orders and ignore the law over and over and over. And it is possible that the board wants to apologize, wants to say it's sorry, wants to say that it will do better. But the time for apologies has passed. The time for exceptions has passed. Windermere has had ample time to address its shortcomings. In docket 56167, the ALJ gave Windermere multiple chances to get it right. Windermere did not even respond to those orders. And that's the essence of the problem. Windermere doesn't think enough of this commission to grace it with a response, even less fulfill the requirements that it chose to submit to. Ultimately, a slap on the wrist doesn't help Windermere's customers. Things are in such a state of disarray that Windermere desperately needs professional help. Giving them more time to satisfy the requirements that it has ignored for months won't put its infrastructure right. Giving it more time won't magically make Windermere capable of simply filing consistent information with the commission. The members of Windermere Oaks Water Supply Corporation need our help, and after today, I hope the commission can see that help is warranted. And where we can help ratepayers and are justified in helping them, we should. And for that reason, staff respectfully requests that the commission issue an order appointing a temporary manager for Windermere Oaks Water Supply Corporation.